Hi again, it's Jules Brown here. Welcome to OTCR, Off the Cuff Reviews. Now I'm going to be reviewing the second Leonard Cohen album, which was released in April 1969, recorded in 1968, called Songs from a Room. This album is altogether more austere and stripped down with more simple arrangements than the previous album, Songs of Leonard Cohen. Indeed, to begin with, David Crosby of the Byrds fame was supposed to be the producer of this album, but it didn't work out. Now, that's not really a surprise, really. Leonard Cohen and David Crosby. Well, David Crosby and anybody, but didn't work out, although I believe there's some bonus tracks on the CD version of this album where you can hear the a couple of the David Crosby produced tracks. But this album ended up being produced by Bob Johnston, who had worked with Dylan, amongst others. It starts off with the wonderful Bird on a Wire, one of my favourite Leonard Cohen songs, and it's apparently one of his favourites too. He was very fond of this song. Chris Christopherson said something quite funny about this tune. He said to Leonard that he'd basically stolen part of the melody from another Nashville songwriter's song, telling Leonard this. But in spite of this, Chris said that he was going to put a couple of the lines of the lyrics from Bird on the Wire on his tombstone when he dies. So he's obviously a fan of the track anyway. Leading into Story of Isaac, which is an anti-war song and had been recorded also by Judy Collins. Then we have A Bunch of Lonesome Heroes, quite a strident number, which does resemble So Long Marianne to a degree, although never really goes into a powerful chorus like the aforementioned. The drums clunking in halfway through the track, despite this album being generally more stripped back. There are a few extra musicians on it, like the second guitarist Ron Cornelius. The fourth track is The Partisan, which wasn't written by Leonard. It was originally a French resistance song, which had been adapted, lyrics changed by Hi Zarat, who was a Tin Pan Alley sort of songwriter, lyricist, and composer, and he made the lyrics a bit less to the point, shall we say, a bit less specific, so it wasn't quite so political when Leonard came to perform this song. Nice song, of course. Then the last song on side one is another great track called Seems So Long Ago, Nancy. Quite a nice, subtle number, this one, to end the first side. To start off side two, another nice track, which was a single, but didn't chart, of course, called The Old Revolution. Second track on side two, quite a harrowing, stark and bluesy number called The Butcher. Seems to be a couple of more than one of these songs. They seem to be about biblical references. Maybe Leonard is trying to interpret either the Bible or the Torah, perhaps, and trying to apply it to his own existence. And in The Butcher, there is a lot of spiritual references. Very stark track, this one, very minimal. The third song on side two is a track called You Know Who I Am. This is classic Leonard Cohen, really. All throughout side two, there's a Jew's heart going through every track. really setting the mode and the mood of the album. Lyrics for this one: I cannot follow you, my love. You cannot follow me. I am the distance you put between all of the moments that we will be. You know who I am. Some doubt about just questioning life in general. And as I say, again, some biblical references perhaps in this song. Track number 4, Lady Midnight, as quite a famous Leonard track. Mysterious, quite a mysterious track again, full of yearning, pathos. Very nice number. To end the album, Tonight Will Be Fine, which is a bit more maybe, well, sound-wise anyway, a bit more light-hearted. It's got a bit of a Woody Guthrie-esque folky feel to it. And we're back on, I think that's Leonard doing his arpeggio Spanish guitar work again. And again, like the previous album, like the songs of Leonard Cohen, we end the album with whistling, some whistling. Almost like it's like at the end of it, they need to have a bit of respite again at the end of quite a heavy album, perhaps even heavier and certainly more stark than Leonard's debut. That's my review of Songs from a Room, released in April 1969. I think I'm going to give this album 8.5 out of 10. Just half a point more than the songs of Leonard Cohen. I think it's a bit darker and maybe a bit more interesting. And that's the kind of guy I am. So there you go. There's another review for you. Thank you for listening again. If you'd like to subscribe, do take a click on the subscribe icon and pass a comment as well if you'd like to. It's always nice to hear from you. And I will be reviewing other Leonard Cohen albums in the future. So look out for that. So thank you for listening again. I'm going to sign out. Thank you.